say that you can measure good and bad behaviour.
How?
Good behaviour are things that rely on consent of other people.
And what if they are very good liars?
Let me finish.
What if they're very good liars?
Exactly.
Exactly.
But we're not talking about them changing their mind and lying later on. We're talking about the actual thing that they're saying. So the purpose behind and the thing that they do, if that is against other people and other people don't consent to it, you're going to cause big problems.
And if they do?
But if they do consent to it, then everyone's happy.
Oh, really?
So if everyone's happy, that's a moral thing to do.
Let me give you an example.
If no one's happy, it's an immoral thing to do.
Yeah, good point.
So you can gauge good and bad by the quantity of consent or lack of consent.
You've got him now, yeah?
And then you can gauge how much discontent it's going to create in society.
You know something? You're saying consent, as long as it's consensual.
You mean went too far for you?
No, as long as they have consent.
You can see what instability does in society.
Glenn, wait a minute. Actually, you have actually, you know what you have done there? You have actually proved something against your own self. I'll tell you how. Okay, imagine there are two adults and they both consent to have sex with each other. Yes, I'm talking about incest. They do not hurt anyone, and they use contraception to do it. Wait. They use contraception, so there is no procreation involved. Now let me ask you this question. Do you agree with incest? Would you agree with a mother sleeping with his son or a father sleeping with his daughter? Okay, so tell me why is incest wrong according to you, based on your principle? Why is it wrong?
According to me, because according to nature shows you
what?
That a son having sex with a mother leads to crippled.
No, but remember I told you they don't have to have procreation. They use contraception.
But nature has shown that it's wrong.
But
nature doesn't.
Do you not understand? Their idea is just for pleasure, not to procreate.
I do understand.
Would you agree up to that level?
No.
Why not?
But what you're saying is I can't disagree. You're telling me I can't disagree.
I'm saying you can't disagree, but are you then not going against your principle?
It's showing you that nature shows why it's wrong. Therefore, whether you use a condom or not, it'd still be wrong. Because it's there in nature.
Why is it wrong?
Just like I said with condoms.
Based on your principle, why is it wrong?
Father and son. Yeah. What about
Glenn, based on your principle, why is it wrong? If there is no intent of procreation, why is it wrong? Because your principle was very clear. As long as you don't hurt anyone, as long as two adults have give consent to each other, then it should be okay. But now all of a sudden it's not okay.
Well, let me ask you. Let's say that the world changed quite quickly, and sons were having sex with their mothers.
Would you agree then?
No.
Why?
Because I said in nature it shows you it's wrong. We can get
and I told you there's no intent of procreation.
We can get around it with condoms, but it shows you can see that.
Okay, I'll tell you what. Father and son, can they have sex with each other?
No, hold on. I was asking
they can't have babies, can they?
I was asking you a question.
Now go on.
I was trying to ask you a question, which was.
No, but you're not answering the question.
Say more and more people did, with using condoms, have sex with their parents, right? So that they're not producing kids that will have deficiencies that we know of.
Which is?
Oh, they cripple.
They're wearing condoms, remember?
No, I'm saying.
You're going all over the place, aren't you? You haven't thought it through.
No, I said. So what your game is, you interrupt, and I'm going to.
You look very nervous all of a sudden.
I was saying, let's say this doesn't happen. Let's say they do use condoms and it doesn't.
Glenn, I'm not trying to corner you. I'm just saying, based on your principle, you're completely wrong.
I said, let's just suggest. Overnight, the whole world started having sex.
Wait, let him finish his point. Go on.
Let's say they started having sex with their mothers, right? Then what actual negative effect does that cause in society from you?
No, I already see it as wrong. I don't need. I don't need.
Yeah, but
your principle. You know what you're doing now? Instead of answering the question, you're putting the question back to me. I already denounced it. Look, regardless of crippled children, regardless of what happens, to me, incest is wrong, period, based on my religion, based on my faith. But you somehow devise this principle that as long as you don't hurt each other, you do not hurt anyone, and you have a consenting adult saying that is okay, then what would be the problem if a father and a son had sex with each other?
I was saying that I would use nature as my gauge, but just in the same way as in religion, that is that the gauge can be used in various different
ways. Sorry, when you say nature means what? When you say nature means what? Do you know in nature there are animals who sleep with their sisters, the siblings? Yeah, the pigs, for example.
Yes, but I'm not talking.
But that is nature.
I'm not talking about.
So what then?
Humans apply pig nature. We've all got different morality because biology is instilled that. I can feel you're going to interrupt me in 3 seconds flat. Every different species has their own biological morality, right? the chemicals that they have will either lead to them continuing or they will lead to them dying out.
There's no evidence for that.
So the fact that a pig is a different species to a human, what pigs do, I would not use that as something to say that's okay for humans to do.
So what nature are you talking about?
Well, I should have been more specific.
Exactly, you should
nature.
have. Okay, human nature. Yeah. So tell me what would be the problem
like said,
if a man and a son sleep with each other?
The reason being is because it's a mother and a because it's a
father and son.
You see, you interrupted.
Yeah, because you're going back to the mother.
I know you
stick to the example I gave you. Father and son. What is the problem?
Because it's father and son.
Yes. What's the problem?
Nature doesn't specify mother and son. It's just.
No, I ask you a specific question. For example, I ask you about father and son. You keep going to mother and son.
Yeah,
you do that all the time. Why?
Because
why do you beat around the bush when I ask you a specific question?
Because I think you can measure it from that.
No, you can't.
Because I think you can measure it not from the sex of the people. You can measure it of the action of sibling, child, offspring, and parent. So when I see a mother and a son having sex and producing crippled kids, which will produce a crippled society, right? Which will lead to our demise.
Not really. Not really. You know, people thought the same thing about homosexuals. Yes, that if they go and basically commit their whatever their sin that they're doing, yes, we'll have HIV. Okay. We'll have all these diseases in the world. You know, these were atheists, including at that time, who would think like this. And what happened today? Everyone accepts it.